Good evening and welcome to our Wednesday edition of News Geelong. While the mood around Geelong may not be the brightest, for obvious footy reasons, we remain positive and focused on the forthcoming UCI Road World Championships commencing in 7 days' time in our great city of Geelong. In tonight's news, the city continues to develop in many areas of significant infrastructure and major forthcoming events. From the world of sport, the Flying Hawk Nathan Curry, still celebrating his beloved Drysdale Hawks Football Club back-to-back Ballawine Football League premierships, will be update with us all the recent happenings in Geelong sport. While from the weather world, sparkling Lani Salathiel will look ahead and see if we can break the 135 consecutive days of below 20 degrees in Geelong and District. The 2010 UCI Road World Championships will also transform Geelong with displays of artworks underlining the combination of major sporting events and great art programs. Included in this process is an art box project that is turning many normal street markers into noticeable pieces of artwork, as Meryl Fenn reports.
Okay, I'm joined with Cara Macklin, and you are one of the people who've been chosen to put your artwork on the grey boxes around Packington Street for the UCI Road Race. How did this all come about?
I got sent an email from the Surf Coast Shire Arts Officer, and the email just said that the Geelong Council had a project going called Art Box, and you could submit to it and put in designs and see whether you get to paint one. And
so what sort of work's involved in first of all being selected and then actually putting the artwork on the boxes?
Yeah, well, they had a list of criteria, so you had to do like a certain size, and then you had to submit a coloured illustration.
Well, I actually saw, I didn't know if it was you, but it was obviously, yesterday preparing all the box and undercoating it. So what sort of time frame are you looking at, the hours of work?
I thought it was just going to take me a full day, actually. But because I had to prime it, prime it twice almost. And then because of the weather, it was sort of like, it was almost going to rain, so I packed up when it was almost going to rain, and then it stopped raining and things like that. So I did about 7 hours yesterday.
And is there a designated time where it will remain here, or is it just going to stay here as it weathers?
No, like on the contract, so to speak, that it said a year, but I mean, they might stay longer than that. You know, like I said, I've seen ones elsewhere, like in Queensland, for example, and they've lasted a couple of years. So
You've got your footprint on Packington Street.
Yeah, I have to have it somewhere.
Thank you very much, Meryl. The theme of Geelong's culture on show during the UCI Road Cycling Championships continues with the unveiling of a spectacular cultural program that includes the installation of large-scale artworks around Geelong to showcase the city to the world. Premier John Brumby and Minister for the Arts, Mr Peter Batchelor, announced the details of the cultural program during a visit to Geelong this week, as Andrea Cozza reports.
Aside from cycling during the UCI Championships, light and colour will transform the city of Geelong, including artist installations. And News Geelong spoke to Minister Peter Batchelor and Mayor John Mitchell. Minister, I understand there'll be artist roadsides with easels depicting the cyclists. Can you tell us about other installations during the event?
Look, there's a whole host of artistic and cultural activities. We're funding 8 large-scale artistic activities, but they'll also be supported by initiatives at the gallery, at the wool store, photographs. They'll include a 50-metre sculpture that will be set on fire, sand sculpture down on the beach, and from one end of the city to another, on the streets with artists painting. There'll be mobile wheelbarrows full of veggies and fruit that you'll be able to see growing and eat. It'll be a really exciting time.
Aside from cycling, what else will the event bring to Geelong?
The event gives Geelong an opportunity to showcase itself to the world. As I said before, the geoglyph is something that not even many people in Geelong have seen from the air. 400 million people will see it. That was a gift from the state government from the Commonwealth Games. It just exposes our town to the world, and you know, the opportunity for tourism after the event, and the opportunity to have different groups like the arts and cultural group mixed with the sporting group, and them to see and understand you know, where everything else sits in their world. You know, it's a great opportunity for everyone. It's just going to be a fantastic time. As I said before, I'm getting a bit jumpy. I probably need to take a couple of Valium to keep myself a bit calm, but no, it's going to be a great time in Geelong.
Andrea Cozza at the Art Gallery for News Geelong.
Thank you very much, Andrea. The well-known and one of Geelong's acknowledged education centres of excellence, the St Joseph's College, rededicated the Brother O.S. Adams Gymnasium with a $4 million upgrade, as Steph Cowdrey reports.
I'm here at St Joseph's College for the opening and rededication of the Brother O.S. Adams Centre, which is the school's gymnasium.
Brother Adams was the principal here just after the war, started in 45, and there are only about 200 students here then. So he was a visionary and a great community builder, and by the time he left, only 5 years later in 1950, he had doubled the size of the school. So he was a builder and an innovator, and this centre is named in his honour.
How long has this hall been in the pipeline?
Probably in the planning 2 or 3 years, and about 12 months in the building. So yeah, there's been a fair time between getting the ideas together and getting it finished, but we're really pleased that we're finally in it.
Well, I guess it's used for a wide range of activities like full school assemblies, full school functions like the one we're having now. I mean, we have different, like on Eben Rice Day, which is our annual feast day, we have performances and bands playing, so it gets used for a whole wide range of things.
So what does this mean for the students of the school?
It's a real sort of a place for bonding, and it's where we sort of build up our school spirit, and it means a fair bit to the students, because a lot of the social events and all that sort of thing is sort of held inside the gym. It also sort of holds a lot of school spirit, and yeah, it's really important for the students. So,
as past students, you'll know all about the college. How do you think that this new facility will benefit the students of today?
Well, personally, I think that the new facility being of a larger space, you can fit in more students in a time, instead of having some students watching our assemblies from elsewhere or missing out altogether. That was one of the things that disappointed me. A lot of people didn't get to see our captains go out or our new captains come in, whereas now the school can stay as a community together along with the parents. So I think it's got a bit of a sense of community because it brings everyone together with such a large space.
Thank you very much, Steph, and congratulations to the boys on Newtown Hill. This is News Geelong on this Wednesday evening, as we go to a break and return with more news after this.